Okay. So what is the last question we done yesterday? In odd number?
33.
33. Yeah. So I thought I'll discuss passage 1, but anyway, when it comes there, we'll discuss. Okay. 35. Okay, 35. The pole of a line with respect to y square equal to 4x lies on this. The line L touches the which parabola? Okay. May not be exact figure, but let us see. Y square equal to 4 by 8. Okay. So I think we have some two parabolas like this. There is a line outside that has a pole with respect to this. This is y square equal to 4x. This is y square equal to 4 by ax. Okay, the question is like this. There are two parabolas, y square equal to 4x, y square equal to 4 by ax. There is a line maybe outside the parabola. With respect to this, it has a pole, and that pole should lie on this. Okay. Like that, there are a lot of lines. All those lines are tangents to some parabola or some curve. They're asking what is that. Okay. I guess I can take a general point here, find polar with respect to this, that is this line, and see what it touches. Or I can take this line as Lx plus My plus N equals 0 with respect to this. There's a formula for pole. Substitute this, you'll get a condition. Looking at that condition, you can tell. Either way, which is okay. So method 1. The general point is 80 square comma 280. Of course, here 4a is 4 by a. So instead of a, I shall have 1 by a here. That's all. So 1 by a t square comma 2 by a t. That is the general point on this. Because a became 1 by a. What is the polar of this point with respect to this parabola? Y into 2 by a t. 4ax I can write 2ax plus 2ax. In the place of 1x, I have to substitute the 1 by a t square. Okay. Now I got a line. If possible, I can cancel something. I can cancel a here and this a here. Y into 2t equal to 2a square x plus 2a t square. Better to write y equal to mx plus 3 form. It is better to divide with 2t also. So it will become a square by t into x. Here 2at. Not 280, only 80. Yeah. Okay. I took a general point on this. With respect to this, I found polar. That is this line. That is this one. This line is that. That is the polar of 1 by a comma t square comma 2a by t with respect to y square equal to 4x. Okay. Now, this line is always touching one of the parabola or ellipse or hyperbola, something like that. We want to know what is that. But if you take y equal to mx plus something, it is more easy because if it looks like y equal to mx plus r root 1 plus m square, it is circle. Otherwise, it will be maybe a parabola. So I want to take this as m and try to write this in terms of m. So let a square by t is equal to m. Then in the place of at, that is in the place of t, I can write a square by m. So this will become y equal to mx. A into in the place of t a square by m. Y equal to mx plus a cube by m. Would you like to tell me from this? This is always tangent to which kind of curve? What is the equation of that curve?
A equals to 4a square x.
4a square x. Why a square?
A cube x, sir. Y.
Yeah, it looks like y equal to mx plus a by m, where a is replaced with this. So this line is always tangent to y equal to y square equal to 4ax, but a is replaced with a cube. So 4a cube x. Let us say this one answer is there or not. Yeah, option C is there. Okay, anybody any doubt about this solution? Any step, please ask. This is method 1. What is today's date?
19.
19. Okay. I hope all of you are writing date. Okay. Another method is let line be. I can take y equal to mx plus c. Okay. What is the pole of a line with respect to parabola? We have some formula. If you don't remember, you can derive it. Let its pole with respect to y square equal to 4ax be x1 comma y1. Then y1 equal to 2ax plus 2ax1. That is polar. This and this should be same. So I have to compare. So if I compare this y coefficient, y coefficient, I'll get y1 y1. X coefficient is 2a by m, 2a x1 by c. Then I'll get x1 comma y1 c by m by equating these two, 2a by m. This should satisfy the parabola equation. Okay. So this should lie on y square equal to 4 by ax. 2a by m whole square equal to 4 by a into c by m. So I am getting c is equal to 4 got cancelled, a cube by m, 1 m got cancelled. So it looks like c equal to a by m. So line is same line. This is always the given line. So based on c equal to a by m condition, we can say that this line is always tangent to again same. So you can do this way or this way, same answer. I hope everybody understood the question.
Yes, sir.
I hope board is clear. There is not much clear.
So yes, sir. Board.
Okay. From last few days, I'm changing the place of the board in my house. One room there's a lot of noise. Another room one side is glare. Another side I have to change. Okay, so to complete this, I want to ask one question. Let us say you take y equal to mx plus 10 by m. Okay. Because you studied parabola chapter, you can say that whatever end you take, this line is always tangent to one curve. What is the equation of that curve?
Y square equals to 40x.
Y square equal to 40x, because it looks like y equal to mx plus a by m and a is 10. What if you are not studied parabola chapter, let us say, but you take m equal to 1, m equal to 2, m equal to 3, m equal to 4, you will get a lot of lines. All those lines are touching one curve. What is that curve I want to find? Okay, without parabola chapter. Okay, we'll get the same answer. Let us see if somebody thinks about it. I might have told this in first year, not sure. Okay, this both methods can I erase?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyway, not exactly related to this, but it's quite nice. It's a simple basics without even knowing parabola, all those equations. You can tell how whatever m you take is always touching one curve. Let us say I'll take m is equal to, let us say 1 by 10. It has some line like this. I take, let us say m equal to 1, it is some line like this. M equal to 2, I'll take it to some line like this, let us say. M equal to 3, m equal to 4 or minus 1, something. Okay. So when you draw a lot of lines, I think you can see there is some curve is touching all of them. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If we draw more finely, a lot of, if you take different m values and try to draw, you will find there is some curve touching all of them. Okay. How to find that curve? Let's say I don't even know that curve. If I take some point here, some 2, okay, some 2, 5 or something like this and substitute it. Among this family of lines, how many lines should pass to 2, 5? 2. If I take any point and substitute in this, I'll get a coordinate in terms of m. If I get 2 distinct roots, that point is outside the curve. If I take any point here and substitute here, okay, any line in this family is passing through that point?
No, sir. 0.
No. Then you will get a quadratic equation with the roots complex numbers. That means no line in this family passes through that. But if I take a point on the curve where it there is a curve touching all of them, if you substitute that point, what will happen?
One root will be.
There is only one root. That means roots equal, na? That's it. You take any point on this envelope as x1, y1. Substitute here y1 equal to mx1 plus 10 by m. What is the quadratic equation? M square x1 minus y1m plus 10 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Now, if a point is here, if x1, y1 would be here, distinct roots. If x1, y1 is here, complex roots. If x1, y1 is on the curve, should have equal roots. So b square equal to 4ac minus y1 whole square equal to 4 into x1 into 10, y square equal to 40x. Done. We don't need even know that y equal to mx plus a by m is a general tangent parabola for doing. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Based on your parabola knowledge, y equal to mx minus 5m square. This is always tangent to which curve? Whatever m you take.
X square equal to 20y.
Yeah, y equal to mx minus bm square. So x is equal to 4by is x equal to 20y. Let us see by this method what will come. So it is a quadratic equation in terms of m. 5m square minus xm plus y square equal to 0. Take b square equal to 4ac. This is minus x whole square 4 into y, x square equal to 20y. Done, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. There's also one more concept based on calculus, I think, sometime not able to recollect. Yeah. Another concept is I'll fix only x coordinate. Okay. Let's say x is equal to 5. Then when I put x equal to 5, as you keep on changing m, I'll get different values of m. One time this m, no, different values of y. Okay. I put x equal to 5 and keep on changing m. You know, there are a lot of lines in this family. Okay. For x equal to 5, there are many y values will come. But if you take a point on the curve, can I say among all these values is the least?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when I fix x, the y coordinate where it attains local minimum or local maximum depending on the situation will be point on the curve. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So that means what? When I fix x, this is a variable in terms of m.
Yes.
And I have to find minimum value of this, right? Okay. I can even use AMJ inequality here for finding minimum value. I can even use calculus. If you take mx plus 10 by m is always greater than equal to what? 2 times square root of mx into 10 by m. M will cancel. So the least y coordinate is 2 root x10. Square it, you will get y square equal to 40x. You got the parabola, right? Okay. So here logic is you are fixing x coordinate. As you change m, y coordinate changes. Per point on the curve, y coordinate will be extreme. The same thing can be done where you can differentiate this with respect to m. When you differentiate with respect to m, m is a variable, x is a constant. So I'll get x here minus 10 by m square here. So now from this and this, I have to eliminate m. Right? That's okay. M square is equal to 10 by x. Yeah. So I have to put where I have to substitute this there. So first take LCM, I'll get y equal to m square x plus 10 by m. M square x I can put 10, 10 plus 10 by m, y equal to 20 by m, square it, y square equal to 400 by m square. Now in the place of m square, substitute 10 by x, you will get 40.
Yes.
This is useful, especially when some other functions I can give m cube here, m power 5 also, you can do it. So these are some different approaches. But if you know the standard parabola formulas, it is easy. But I just want to give you a different idea. Okay. Okay, 37. If the normals at the ends of a variable chord are perpendicular, then the tangents at P and Q will intersect on the line. Oh, that is directrix, right?
Yes,
If,
sir.
if normal at the ends of a chord are perpendicular, tangents are perpendicular. If tangents are perpendicular, the point of intersection of tangents will intersect on directrix. So directrix is the answer. Okay, so we have to just find directrix. The third y square minus 4y minus 2x. So to just remember few things that you take any focal chord at the end, if you draw tangent they're perpendicular, normals also perpendicular, and the point of intersection of tangent lies on directrix. How to find directrix? Make for perfect square, it is y minus 2 whole square, y square minus 4y plus 4, and 2x that side will get 2x plus 4. So y minus 2 whole square equal to 2 common, x plus 2, I can even write x minus 2. Directrix is, I can leave it also. Normally x plus a equal to 0. Now I have to write x minus h plus a equal to 0 because of the translation. So x plus 2, 4a is 2, so a is 1 by 2 equal to 0. 2x plus 5 equal to 0 is answer. So those who completed 37, just read 39 and 30. At the end of the class, last 10-15 minutes, I'll discuss if anybody still any doubts are left, because some people might have tried some more questions. So 39. The locus of the poles of the tangents to this with respect to this. Okay. I think the question is there is a parabola and there is a circle. Parabola has a lot of tangents. They have poles with respect to circle. What is the locus of that? As usual, take that point as x1, y1. With respect to circle, you have to find polar, and that should be tangent to this. So, polar of x1 comma y1 with respect to circle is x1 plus y1 equal to ax plus ax1. So bring one side, it is x into x1 minus a, y into y1 minus ax1 equal to 0. I wrote it as x term, y term, lx plus my plus. Somebody want, you can also send this on this side and divide. Y is equal to a minus x1 by y1 into x plus a x1 by y1. You can write y equal to mx plus c. Either way is okay. Both are same. Now, what this line or this line should be? Tangent to parabola. For a line to be tangent to parabola, it is in the form of y equal to mx plus c. I have to use c equal to a by m formula. For y equal to mx plus c to be tangent, the condition is c equal to a by m. Based on this, for this to be tangent to parabola, ax1 by y1 is equal to a by, what is the slope? A minus x1 by y1. Y1 will go up and do cross multiplication. We'll get ax1 into a minus x1 equal to ay square. So a will get cancelled. Y square equal to ax minus x square. If somebody want to use for this, okay, you can write it as lx plus my plus n equal to 0. For a line lx plus my plus n equal to 0 to be tangent, the condition is am square equal to ln. You cannot say I don't remember formulas. You have to remember it. Either this or both. If I use this, a into m is y coefficient. It is not slope here. Lmn. I'll get y1 whole square. L is x1 minus a. N is minus ax1. A and a will cancel. We got y square equal to ax minus x square. Okay, so either this or this. So with this, take the external point x1, y1. Find polar with respect to circle, the chord of contact or polar with circle, and that should be tangent to parabola. The question is reverse. The question is first you take tangent to parabola, find its pole with respect to circle. But I'm reverse. First we took the point, find polar with respect to circle, and that should be tangent to parabola. X square plus y square minus ax equal to 0. Option B. X square plus y square minus ax equal to 0. Anybody any doubt about what the question or what is it we have done?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt or clear?
Doubt, sir.
What is that?
Did not understand, sir. Once explain
Question
the
on-
question also, sir.
Question no, nothing is there. Parabola has lot of tangents. You don't even need exact figure. Parabola has lot of tangents. They're all lines. Those lines with respect to circle have poles. Every line will have a pole with respect to circle. What is the locus of that? Take that point as x1 y1. With respect to circle, you find line, the polar. This is the point as x1 y1. Find polar with respect to circle. This line, what it should be?
Sir?
See, you don't need exact figure. Let's say I have parabola here, I have a circle. Parabola has one tangent. That line has pole with respect to circle. I want locus of that. I took that point as x1, y1. With respect to circle, I found this line polar. I got. Okay. Now, after getting the line, what it should be?
Tangent to parabola, sir.
Yeah. For a line to be tangent to parabola, what is the condition? C equal to a by m. So after getting this s1 equal to 0, I adjusted it properly as y equal to mx plus c. For it to be tangent to parabola, c equal to a by m, I use that formula. That's how I got this. Or for a line lx plus my plus n equal to 0 to be tangent to equal to 4x parabola an square equal to ln. Then this is L, this is M, this is N. I use that condition. Either way, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
So these kind of questions, in the beginning, they may be a little confusing, but actually, if you do it, few questions, they are very, very silly questions. Anybody still has not understood the question or solution? Please feel free. I'm ready to explain once again. Jahnavi, are you there in the class? Roll number 73, Jahnavi. DVP Karthikeya, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got your power back?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, this is we done 39. Okay. Okay, they want common normal for two curves. Okay. For y square equal to 4ax, we have two normal formulas. One is y equal to mx minus am cube minus 2am. Another one is px plus y equal to 80 cube plus 280. But what about x square equal to 4by? Okay. What is the normal? In terms of m, I don't know, we'll see, but this is easy. Y, interchange x and y. Here you interchange x and y, here also interchange, I write a as b. So we'll get ty plus x equal to bt cube plus 2bt. This is a normal, but if you want in terms of m, this is x term, this is y term. So what is the slope m here? Minus 1 by t. So I have to, wherever t is there, I have to write minus 1 by m. Then only I will be able to write in terms of that. So let me substitute that. Minus 1 by m into y plus x b into minus 1 by m cube 2b into minus 1 by m. Okay. I want to write y equal to mx. So I have to multiply with m and take that side. Multiply with minus m. Okay. Y minus mx. Here when I multiply with minus m, b by m square plus 2b. So y equal to mx plus b by m square plus 2b is a general normal for this. We don't use that often. So when I need arrays, I want to derive it. Okay, so we use very frequently this one and this one, we should remember. This whenever we need, we can derive it. Not an issue. Okay, so this is a normal to first parabola, this is a normal to second parabola. We want them to be equal, and then a is 1 and b is 1. If you want a common tangent, we take general tangent here, and equate the constant. Like that here, when I equate, I should equate this portion to this portion. That is minus m cube minus 2m, because a is 1. 1 by m square plus 2. Okay, this is coming at 50 degree. Minus m power 5 minus 2m cube equal to 1 plus 2m square. If you send everything that side, you will get m power 5 plus 2m cube plus 2m square plus 1 equal to 0. Okay. There was another question yesterday, even number we are not done. If you take this parabola, how many maximum number of common normals are possible? What do you think will be the answer? Anybody?
5, sir.
5. Yes, because you got a 50 degree equation, maximum will have 5 roots. Okay, that was one of the another questions. Okay. In fact, I always wanted to choose a particular A and particular B such a way that this will have 5 roots also. To spend some time. But right now, anyway, they gave A equal to 1, B equal to 1. Okay, whether this may not have 5 roots. Can you guess one root satisfying this? Trial and error.
The minus 1.
Yes, correct. M equal to minus 1 is one root satisfying that. Okay. Put that minus 1 back here or here, you will get that normal. So m equal to minus 1 means you will get y is equal to minus 1 into x minus 1 into minus 1 whole cube minus 2 into minus 1. This is x plus y. This is plus 1 plus 2. X plus y equal to 3. So x plus y equal to 3. If you look at the figure, y square equal to 4x is like this, x square equal to 4y like this. I think there is a line somehow. It is perpendicular to tangent here, perpendicular tangent here. This is equal to 3, no? Plus. Okay. Yeah, if I draw parabola properly, it's quite possible. Maybe we can say from symmetry slope should be -1 because these are mirror image of each other with respect to y equal to x. If at all a line is normal to this and normal to this, then you can easily say it should be perpendicular to y equal to x. This line slope is 1, so perpendicular line slope should be -1. We can say that. But are there some more normals? I'm not sure. Let me see this fifth degree equation. If I take m plus 1 as a factor, what the other factor? M power 4, m power 5. I want m power 4, but there is no m power 4, so minus m cube. This is minus m cube, so I need plus 3m square to get 2m cube. This is 3m square, I need 2m square, so minus m. Minus m, I don't want m, so plus 1. Plus m cancel, okay. I don't know about this fourth degree equation, what will happen. The derivative 5m power 4 plus 6m square plus 4m is the derivative. Is it always positive? No. M into 5m cube plus 6m plus 4. This will have minimum one root. The derivative, it has only one root. It's a strict increase function. So 0 and one negative number is the root. So that is the derivative of the given one, and is okay. So positive, negative, positive. Increasing, decreasing, and increasing. At 0 value is 1. At a -1, the value is 0 itself. It is touching there. It has one more root. At -1 is the derivative 0. No. Some negative number may not do -1. If I put 0, it is positive. If I put -1, it is negative. So it has some other root in it. So minus alpha. Yeah, this is only one root. By calculus, we can prove this is only one root. Okay, like we found common tangent, we found common normal. Just we took general normal to this, and then equated. Okay, everybody done with this question? Can I erase this whole thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody still have any doubts left in the main material or something related to parabola? Anybody any doubts there? No doubt. Okay. So this is 41. The locus of midpoints of the chords of the parabola having slope m will be a line. Okay. Okay, 43. We have a parabola. There are a lot of chords, okay, with slope m. They all have some midpoints. Okay, of course, my figure is not so nice to. Okay, if you join all of them, unless you draw properly, it may not look like line or it may not look like horizontal line, but it will be a line parallel to axis. But anyway, we'll not assume it, we'll try to prove it. Okay. Basically, the question is very simple. There are a lot of parallel chords with slope m. What is the locus of the midpoint? Take this point as x1 comma y1. For the equation of the chord, if you know midpoint, s1 equal to s1. And your s is y square minus 4ax. So s1 is y1 minus 2ax minus 2x1. S11 is y1 square minus 4ax. Okay. Now, to simplify this, we got a line and its slope should be equal to m. So, what is the slope of this? Okay, so let midpoint of chord be x1 comma y1. You can write that. Let midpoint of chord be x1 comma y1. So, slope is 2a by y1. That should be equal to m. That's all. This is a locus. Remove y1 and write y. Bring this one here, this one here. So this implies the locus is y equal to 2a by m, which is a horizontal line parallel to x. This is method 1. Method 2, almost similar. You take the chord ends as t1 and t2. What is the slope? 2 by t1 plus t2. That should be m. But what is the midpoint y coordinate? If you take midpoint, y coordinate is a into t1 plus t2. So here t1 plus t2 is 2 by m. Because t1 plus t2 is constant when the y coordinate is constant. So y is equal to a into t1 plus t2, which is 2a by m. And almost quite interestingly, this horizontal line will intersect parabola at one point. Their tangent also should have slope m as a limiting case of this chord. Am I correct? Is it clear, everybody? Yeah. In fact, if you remember, what is the point of contact of the line tangent with slope m? Is this point is a by m square comma 2a by m. That y coordinate 2a by m. That is exactly this. And not only that, the other points are there. If you draw tangent, okay, this is only chord of contact, one of these lines only. And that y coordinate is also 2a by m. Because if this is t1, this is t2, what is the y coordinate of this point of intersection? A into t1 plus t2. You know, this point and this point are always lying in the horizontal. I think I told you this property. That you take any 2 points and draw tangent, take this midpoint, this and this, they lie parallel to axis. Did I say that? Because this y coordinate and this y coordinate are same. So that is sufficient to tell. When you draw tangent there, that point and this point is the same horizontal line. And whenever many things are parallel, their slopes are equal, means their midpoints are also equal. So that's why it is a horizontal line. Oh, sorry guys, I should have stopped sharing. Okay, I took a lot of parallel chords. I want locus of that midpoint. Their slopes is m. Take midpoint is x1, y1. Equation of the chord is x1 equal to x11. Find its slope, minus of x coefficient by y coefficient, and equate it to m. We got the locus as y equal to 2a by m. Another method is to this side t1, this side t2. Slope is 2 by t1 plus t2 pm. T1 plus t2 is 2 by m. And once t1 plus t2 is fixed, its y coordinate is fixed. Every time y coordinate of this point is y equal to 2a by m. So it is a horizontal line. Apart from that, at this point where this line is meeting also, the tangent is parallel and have slope m. If you go outside that line and draw 2 tangents, the chord of contact also has similar. Is it okay? 43? Okay, this is a property yesterday I was saying 45. No, is it? No, no, sorry. What is this? This means the Aspen concept. It's small. Okay, I'm going to erase 43. Okay, 45 is from an external point, two tangents are drawn to a parabola, and those two tangents will intersect coordinate axis at total 4 points, x-axis at 2 points, y-axis at 2 points. Those 4 points should lie on a circle. So 4 points need not be concyclic every time. For that to happen, what is the locus of x1, y1? Okay. So I have a parabola. Maybe I can take one tangent like this, and I can draw another tangent like this. Okay, this is the point. Okay, you can see this point is outside the parabola. I have drawn two tangents. One is intersecting here, one is intersecting here. This point may not lie on a circle, but or sometimes it will happen like that. These 4 points are concyclic. What is the locus of this point? Anybody want to give an idea how to proceed with this? From an external point, draw two tangents to parabola. They should intersect x-axis at 2 points, y-axis at 2 points. Those four should be concyclic. One method would be, I'll take this point as x1, y1. From an external point, if you draw two tangents, their combined equation, I have a formula s1 square equal to s into s11. So this line and this line, the combined pair of lines equation is s1 square equal to s into s1. Now, I have x-axis, y-axis, I have a pair of lines equation. Okay. Then how to know that their x-intercept and y-intercept, these four are forming a circle? Any idea? After knowing the combined equation of these two, is that in that pair of lines, coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square should be equal. You know why? We call this as O, this as A, this as B, this as C, this as D. OA into OB equal to OC into OD. The power theorem. But OA into OB is what? In the pair of lines, substitute y equal to 0, you'll get a quadratic equation in terms of x, product of the roots of z. Am I right? And
Yes,
another way, and the OC into OD means in the place of x you put 0, you'll get a quadratic equation in terms of y, product of the roots of that. Okay. And if for them to be equal, basically you'll get quotient x equal to quotient of y square. Apart from that, in circles we studied about L1, L3 plus lambda, L2, L4 equal to 0. If there is a cyclic quadrilateral, this is L1, this is L3, this is L2, this is L4. Any circle passing through these four or any other curve will be in the form of L1 into L3 plus L2 into L4 equal to 0. So what is L1 into L3? Directly this pair of lines equation only. And what is L2 into L4? The combined equation of x-axis and y-axis. Okay, we got this. Now, this is a circle passing through these four, but for a second degree equation to represent a circle, coefficient x square equal to coefficient of y square and coefficient of xy equal to 0. So xy can be cancelled with lambda, but coefficient x square, coefficient of y square should be equal. So one method is from this external point find the combined equation of tangents s1 square equal to s into s11. In that coefficient x square equal to coefficient of y square sufficient. Lokeshwar, understood this concept?
Yes, sir.
But let us see if somebody can answer this. I'm going to ask something else. Forget out parabola. This is x-axis, y-axis. These are two lines. Okay. Such that these four are concyclic. Can I say product of this slope and product of this slope must be 1? If you want a circle passing through these four, the product of slopes of these two lines must be 1. Anybody want to prove how it is? Okay, even here, one method would be the lines can, yes, please.
Sir, we'll means while finding the means y is equal to m1x plus c1. While finding the combined equation, we'll get minus m1 plus m2 into xy. Sir. To cancel out the xy term, it should be minus.
No, that is not the reason. Okay. Okay, it's nice that you want to take one line as m1x plus c minus y. Another one is m2x plus c2 minus y equal to 0. Y equal to m1x plus c1, m2x plus c2. But it is not necessary. This is a pair of lines. Y xy term should be 0. That is different. We'll take plus lambda xy, that is combined equation of these two. We'll choose lambda such that xy will cancel. Okay, including this and this xy coefficient should be 0. Not that in this product xy coefficient should be 0. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. M1 M2 into xy will get no, sir. M1 M2 should be 0.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. You are not listening. You are not getting x1 as m1 m2. You are getting xy coefficient as m1 plus m2. Do you want to say m1 plus m2 should be 0?
No, sir. M1 M2 into x square will get no, sir, and y square will.
Oh, yes. Coefficient of x square equal to coefficient of y square. From that you can tell m1 m2 equal to 1. Okay. Without you, that's nice. Okay. If it is that, I would have used here directly. So any other method you want to say, that's nice. Okay. It's good. Product of the slopes is 1. Another method is I want to use power theorem. What is that? I want to take this point as a1 comma 0, this point as a2 comma 0, this point is 0 comma b1, this point is 0 comma b2. OA into OB equal to OC into OD. I'll get a1 a2 equal to b1 b2. Okay. What I will do, if I take a line x by a plus y by b equal to 1, what is the slope of this line? Minus b by a. So can I divide here and write this as minus b1 by a1 into minus b2 by a2 equal to 1. Bring it down and you can write like this, right? And minus b1 by a1 is slope of this, minus b2 by a2 is slope of this. Okay. Same question you would ask another way, you would have done very easily. There is a parabola. From an external point, two tangents are drawn. Product of their slopes is 1. Find locus of this. Can you do it easily? Yes. That question, this question are same. Only thing is it asked in a little complicated way. Hemant, is this point clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, let me prove that. What is this question number anyway? What is this 45? Huh? What is the number? Anybody remembers?
45 only.
45. Okay. So one thing that I want to prove, if two lines are like this is a1 comma 0, this is a2 comma 0, this is 0 comma b1, this is 0 comma b2. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, whatever it is. If A, B, C, D are concyclic, product of slopes is equal to 1. Product of slopes is 1. How? OA into OD is equal to OB into OC. That is A1 into A2 equal to B1 into B2 divide minus B1 by A1 into minus B2 by A2 equal to 1. That is slope of AB into slope of CD equal to 1. Okay. So already discussed that. So now coming to our present question, we have a parabola. There is an external point from which you are drawing two tangents which is intersecting x and y axis 4 points, and they should be concyclic, means product of the slopes to be 1. I'll take this point as x1, y1, and this line slope is m. Okay, then general tangent is y equal to mx plus a by m. You should pass through x1, y1, y equal to mx1 plus a by m. I'll get a quadratic equation, m square x1 minus m square x1 minus my1 plus a equal to 0. Product of slopes equal to 1. Product of the slopes is a by x1 equal to 1. So directly x1 equal to a. So as long as x coordinate is a, it's sufficient. That is lattice rectum. Okay. So it is lattice rectum. Okay. You can even use a T1, T2, comma a into T1 plus T2 and say T1, T2 is 1 because this slope is 1 by T1, this slope is 1 by T2. 1 by T1 into 1 by T2 is 1. Means for this x coordinate is always a. Like that also. Or 1 by T1 into 1 by T2 equal to 1 implies T1, T2 equal to 1 implies a T1, T2 is always a. That is x equal to a is the locus. Somebody can do that also. If I take this point of contact T1, this point of contact T2, this slope is 1 by T1, this slope is 1 by T2, and the product of the slopes is 1, and get T1, T2 is 1, and the point of intersection, the x coordinate is a T1, T2, which is a, so x equal to a. Like that also you can do. Yesterday morning class, I recorded it, but just about to save it, somehow my computer got power problem and the whole thing is gone. So I don't have a recorded video of yesterday's morning class. I can do another method is S1 square to S into S11, and in that quotient x square equal to quotient of y square. All right, we'll stop here. Those who completed copying, you can leave. Thank you.